Thank you for staying with us. Deb, before the last break, you're talking about the dark. Now, also you'd mentioned earlier that when someone passes over, they go into a healing phase. So why, when someone has been in the dark energy, so to speak, you know, negative emotions, etc., when they've been in the physical plane, when they pass over, how come they don't go through a healing process?
They do.
So why do they keep staying in dark? Have they not gone through that healing process if they're still in that dark energy?
It's different for every individual soul. You've got to remember that. There's not just one typical track for everyone that passes, okay? Depending on the person that you are today and how you not experience your life, but how you reflect or react in situations in your life, how angry you are in the world, what pain you put out of people, all this counts, you know. Now, some people, Spirit said one stage, at some stage, and who knows when, because there's no timing, of course, might be thousands of years again from now, that every soul will go and transmute into the light again. So every soul at some stage will go back to God. Now, I call it God. You don't have to call it God. You can call it the Creator, the One, whatever, but it's the source of everything. Right? So they're trying the consciousness is trying to get every soul back to that point. All right? Yeah. But it's going to take a long time for a lot of them because some souls are so evil. You know, I've only met really one black, dark, evil soul. Now, she's that evil that I want, you know, to get her in a healing process would be so hard because she just denied anyway. Like the soul wouldn't go there.
I'm going to pursue this more.
I know, it's it's intriguing, isn't it?
I have to.
Yeah.
Because if we're all ultimately born from love in the beginning, how do we then designate someone as being evil?
Well, you create your own evil. To me, like hell, right? Evil, hell, right? Yep. So it's the same. Okay, evil's a word. I see dark more than evil, I suppose. Evil's not one of the words I use in my vocabulary, you know, and remembering man-made up words, so you can change it if you want. But with this one, she would be evil. You would consider her to be evil, but I call her dark, like really dark, and I have said that she's like evil because she's a soul that will not shift. She's an earthbound soul that still creates problems for people on earth, even to the point of injury.
So why would that be? Is it crying out, you know, just as someone...
Is she crying out for help? If she's crying out for help, I tell you what, she's having a terrible time accepting it, right? Or she's just a pure black soul at the present moment that is stuck in her stuff and can't see the way out of it, you know? I don't have the answer. I'd have to talk to her soul to say, why aren't you accepting healing, of course, to get the answer completely. But a lot of souls, I've noticed, can come from the dark into the light with that healing process. And also Judgment Day. You have your own Judgment Day. That soul will have Judgment Day, but she's very earthbound still. And I say her because it was a woman that passed, this evil soul. And she's not a woman out there because there's no female or male out there. It just is, you know, energy. So she will go through her judgment time at some stage, you know, and then she has to look at her own self. That soul will have to look at it, how it related to people on Earth, what it did to people on Earth. Karma we're talking about pretty much. We're going into that. Yeah. What goes around will come around, no matter what it is. The smallest little fib will come back to you. Right? The larger, bigger fib. This woman that passed over, this evil spirit that I've met, she was a murderess, right? She murdered children. And she's still stuck in that. And I know why she's stuck in it, because on the physical side, there's one child still missing. She doesn't want them to find that child. No, who knows why, you know? But it's like a game she's playing. Yeah, so she's actually doing physical injury to everyone that actually is related or goes near that case that's happening. She's the only evil one I know, but I'm one person. I said, well, I send her love, I send her healing, and that's all you can do. You send it out there. But other than that, I'm just staying right away from her, you know, because it's a bad, bad little soul out there. Yeah. So in that instance, that's where I say, you know, the angels and guides, please, you know, do something about this. But at the same time, Robyn, you know, I've been taught the worst person in my life will be my best teacher. Okay? So sometimes we need those dark energies to teach us about ourselves and give us the experiences. I mean, if it was all lovely, wouldn't we all get to, it'd be great, wouldn't it? I'd love to have that. But we're not at that stage in our evolution to have just love. Right? We're trying to get there, definitely, because that's where we started in Atlanteans and everything, and then went down, and the dark souls came. Souls were incarnated on Earth, and they went into greed, and the negative energy started coming up, and anger and everything. Atlantis went down, and basically humans went to sleep, forgot the love and the healing and the passion that we live and the peace, and all the rest took over. And it's been going on for thousands of years, and we're trying to get out of that now, and that's what's happening. Consciousness is changing to get people more aware of being responsible 100% of everything that happens in their life, and go back into caring about each other. And I think it's a really sad world that we still live in today, because we've still got wars, still got people hurting people, judgment, just a judgment on someone. It's a judgment on yourself. If you've got a problem, look at yourself, not anyone else. So those souls out there, the dark souls, as we talk about, they're usually people that have had dark energies here or created bad energy, lived a terrible life, a dark life, lies, hurt, thieving, all that. They can be dark people in a sense. But then you've got your fine line between the light, the grey, the light grey, the dark grey, and going down into the black. There's all the levels of different naughtiness, I suppose, or negative energies.
I like that, naughtiness.
Naughtiness, yeah. So it's going from the depths down here, the low vibration, the dense vibration, which is the black, to get you back up to the high vibration and going to light, which is a very, very high vibration. The penthouse, the God, he's on the penthouse. I want to go up there.
So is that the Dalai Lama's?
Up there.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah. How many people on the planet living now would be up there? Like
probably
Dalai
about 5.
Lama's? Who would they be?
Oh, you're asking me names now?
Hey, you're the psychic.
Me?
So, the Dalai Lama, for example.
Look, the holiness of Dalai Lama, absolutely. He's just compassionate. He has no judgment for people. And he's one of the high vibrations for sure. Lady Di, high vibration. And now you can tell that she was a high vibration because the work she did, she was a humanitarian. Okay, she might have had problems in her personal life, but she's also human. You got to deal with that side of it as well. But on a humanity area, she was huge. And the other thing is, when Lady Di died, the ripple that went through around the world was incredible. Right? So you know that she was a high vibration just by the ripple. We didn't even know. I was actually at a psychic expo the morning that she passed, and I was in Bendigo in Victoria. And no one was coming through the door. We had people come in at 9 o'clock and everything, and all of a sudden there was no one coming in, and we all looked around and said, who died? Wow. Someone of royalty has just died. And we all sat there, and then the next bit of news, someone came in the door and said, Lady Di's just passed over. Now we all felt it in the room.
No, you didn't even... And
no news or radios or anything.
I would suspect when you use the word royalty, you didn't mean royalty as we know it. You meant a high level of soul.
High vibration of soul had passed over. And it was... You feel the ripples come through. It was amazing. So there's her. I mean, there's many. There's Sai Baba. He's got his high level as well. I mean, I'm not going to judge anyone for what they do on their personal level, but vibrationally, Sai Baba's high up there. Mia Baba, the silent guru, never spoke for so many years, 40 years or something. He was one of them. He's not actually alive now, but he was one. Gandhi, he's one of my idols. Who else are we looking at? I mean,
and dear old
Mother
JC.
Teresa's gone, and JC. Yeah, I mean, there's been lots of the high vibrations. Yeah, and why have I been chosen? I don't know. I don't know if I'm up there that high, but I've been told that I'm a master on probation.
I like that, a master on probation.
So my humanist keeps messing up a little bit, doesn't it? I still have a bit of alcoholic drink and things, but I don't do anything to hurt anyone. That's definitely out of my reality to go and hurt anyone or meaning to hurt anyone at all. But I still do the naughty things, I still swear, but I do that because I'm human and I'm allowed, I say. But
we'll take a break and we'll come back for the last part of finding out more about being human. Stay with us.